What's up, guys, and welcome back. I don't know about you, but for me, the biggest dopamine you can get in Marvel Snap is giving your opponent that what the F just happened finish on turn 6. And today's deck, Surprise Ultron, has been absolute fire for me in testing, being both competitive and a blast to play. So today, we're going to teach you guys how to be the Master Cube Thief by showing you exactly which cards to play and exactly how to pilot the deck, as well as providing turn-by-turn examples to make it very easy to understand. Now, the deck has easy replacements, and that's in terms of both cards and playstyle, but the one thing that is essential when playing Surprise Ultron is knowing how to pilot the deck. So let's jump in and break it down. So let's go ahead and start off with the namesake of the deck in Ultron. Now, I've been a huge fan of Ultron for a long time. One of my first pull 3 cards, been playing him since the early beta, but he's pretty much pigeonholed into Patriot decks. That, or if you're playing a good opponent, they can absolutely telegraph what you're about to do. However, our main focus with this deck list that you see is we're going to do everything we can to prevent the opponent from knowing we're about to slam this guy as a turn 6 MVP. Now, if you look at the deck, you can see that we really don't have any huge giveaways that we are playing Ultron outside of 1, maybe 2 cards, and we'll get to those. But we have multiple ways to boost his drones, and let's break them down. Now, we start with Blue Marvel, and this guy is no giveaway that we're going to play Ultron or any type of deck that spreads wide, especially with our opening plays, nothing that gives away what we're doing. We also have Ka-Zar, who's naturally going to work into this list. It's somewhat of a zoo list. If you count the drones, it's definitely a zoo list. But still, opponents won't really connect Ultron to Ka-Zar because of our opening place. And then lastly, we do have the Patriot, which is easily the worst one to put in the deck because it is a dead giveaway, but his stats are too crucial not to include him. The biggest thing to take away from all this is it's a surprise deck, so you do not, under any circumstances, want to show your opponent the Patriot unless you absolutely have to. So we are always going to be playing this guy behind our Invisible Woman. Now, this is nothing new under the sun, but the other things we're doing with the deck is definitely going to synergize with Invisible Woman rather than focusing on synergy with the Patriot. And we've got great one-cost cards that we're going to utilize, like Zero, obviously very strong, one of the best one-cost drops in the game. And we can use Zero's effect with Titania. Obviously, it's going to be 8 power, absolutely huge. And that's before the Ka-Zar or Blue Marvel. Or you can do also Zero with Ebony Maw. Now, Ebony Maw and Titania also work phenomenally with our Invisible Woman. We can hide them under her, doesn't matter what, and we can continue to play cards under an Ebony Maw or under, let's say, Titania without the risk of her hopping to the other side, as she does reveal at the end of the game. Now, awesome combos there, and once you get the other stat boosters, it makes that lane almost impossible to win against. Oftentimes, that might get Cosmoed. If it does, you don't play Ultron under Invisible Woman. If it doesn't, you absolutely can for more drones. So we have a couple of ways to work it out. But what if you don't have Ultron? Well, luckily, the one-cost drops we have are going to have a good amount of power behind them that, combined with the stat boosters, is typically enough to get you the win either way. But we also have things like Storm. This is going to ensure that we can close down a lane with ease and then finish it off with one of our big turn 6 surprises. Storm is awesome because we don't have to worry about following her up if we don't want to. She also controls locations that are unfavorable to us and things like that as well. Now, all that is pretty much the essential core of the deck, right? We don't want to give away too much. We let our opponent think they're going to win, and then we play a big surprise on turn 6 to snatch the victory. Now, before we get into the turn-by-turns and how to pilot the deck, let's go ahead and talk about replacements because there are several that you can play. Now, when talking about replacements, it's going to be a little bit different than my previous deck guides. I highly encourage you guys to mix and match different cards to your liking and playstyle as long as you maintain the surprise. Now, you can go ahead and do things like add Dazzler. You're going to be able to easily fill the side up, and if you happen to have the card, very easy to get her in Omega Red hidden behind Invisible Woman for an optimal play. You can lean more towards the Zoo type style and throw in a lot more one-cost. Ant-Man, insanely great card. Nightcrawler is a movable, highly boosted card that's a great option as well. Or in this case, we have Sunspot, who you can naturally go ahead and give up the energy per turn. In the deck, you're not looking to play that many cards anyway, so Sunspot absorbing that is very nice. Armor is a decent replacement to protect all of your one-cost cards. You can go with a Dracula dump deck, or in this rare instance, one of my favorites is the Hulk. Just an awesome power stat up to 15 if you get everything down right, and it's tough to beat that much power on the last turn of the game. However, most likely, I recommend running both the Ultron and Doctor Doom combo. You're able to Patriot both the bots and the drones. You have multiple ways to win. They're both on turn 6, so you do keep that kind of surprise element. I don't recommend adding Squirrel Girl. I don't recommend adding anything that is going to give your Patriot away like Misty Knight. The whole point of the deck is to kind of stay under the radar. If anything, probably lean in a bit more to the Zero synergy is an option, or you can go and throw something like Control to pair with Storm. Now, lastly, for those that happen to have Shayna, I just unlocked her and she fits really good into the deck. I don't think she's better than Doctor Doom, but I'm still experimenting here, and I've had a pretty large success rate after the last about 30 games with her. I'm rocking almost an 80% win rate, so I would say it's pretty good. You do have a lot of randomness that can happen, but a lot of the one-cost cards are going to thrive with Ka-Zar. I also like placing her under Invisible Woman as kind of like a pseudo-Ultron if we don't pull him in the deck. She's a great way to fill a lot of the lanes, and she can also synergize with Storm and kind of works with everything else that we have going on, so definitely a fun card to play. Now, at the end of the day, if you're missing a lot of cards, it's probably better just to play a reliable Patriot deck like this one that has a good amount of synergy. After all, everything we have going on is to have that surprise factor, right, and get more cubes. But if you just want a more consistent winning deck, then, go with the reliable Patriot. Let's go and walk you guys through a turn-by-turn breakdown. Starting on turn 1, we've got either Zero, if you happen to have Ebony Maw or Titania in the deck, or this is where you can play your Sunspot if you opted to have him in the deck as well. Now, turn 2, a lot easier, guys. If we have Invisible Woman, typically I like to play it on this turn. We can kind of see what the opponent is going to do and react to your Invisible Woman. Or again, if you want to get priority, which you don't have to have with the deck, you're welcome to play Zero and Ebony Maw or Zero and Titania. Now, in turn 3, you have loads of options, and it kind of depends on what's happening in the match. We have, obviously, the Patriot that we can play into Invisible Woman, probably the most obvious play. However, Storm is perfect here because it stops the opponent from building up their board too much, and they'll have to react and change what they're going to do in order to play into the Storm lane that you're going to win anyway. It's at this point they have to decide, should they Cosmo your Invisible Woman, or should they try to get into the Storm lane before it's too late. Now, obviously, you can also do Ebony Maw, or you can do Titania into Invisible Woman on this turn as well, or just Sunspot to float the energy. Now, in turn 4, we're going to go ahead and play Mystique, and that's going to be into Invisible Woman if you play Patriot into Invisible Woman as well. You can also just play Ka-Zar. You're welcome to play Ka-Zar either in the Storm lane if things are awkward and you don't have Invisible Woman, or you can go ahead and play him into the Invisible Woman. Now, obviously, you can Sunspot float on this turn as well, but it all depends on what happened the turn prior and the cards you have on your hand and what you can do on turn 5. Now, Blue Marvel is obviously the best play on turn 5, but if you have Red Skull and you find it necessary to play him, playing a 3-cost drop on turn 4 followed by Zero into the Red Skull is going to be the best use of your energy. Which takes us to turn 5, and again, this is where you can play Ka-Zar if you didn't play him. If you do have Shayna, you can go ahead and play her on this turn as well into Invisible Woman or to a lane on her own. Blue Marvel is my number 1 choice, as I just said, or Mystique into one of the other options. Again, Mystiquing into Ka-Zar also works here, but you typically want to keep that on the down low, right? If they see you play Ka-Zar and Mystique, they're going to put the 2 and 2 together. And finally, we got turn 6, and this is where things get crazy, right? Ultron is usually the play we want to do if you have the stat boosters on the board. You want to play that into the Invisible Woman lane. If you can't do that because of Cosmo, just play into the lane that you either don't care about winning or the Ultron extra power will give you the win. Now, Zero into Red Skull is kind of a backup alternative. And then, of course, Doctor Doom might call for it as well. If you only were able to get, let's say, Patriot down for a stat booster, Doctor Doom will be your best choice. But if you're able to get Ka-Zar with Mystique or Ka-Zar and Blue Marvel, then you want to lean more towards Ultron. So, you know the turn by turn, you know the cards and why they're in the deck, you know the replacements and the different playstyles. Let's put it all together and jump into some pilot matches. Now, again, I do have Shayna in the build that I'm having. I have to say you definitely, it's probably better without Shayna. I just thought she worked really well as an alternate to Ultron, and I don't have Doom in here either. I thought spreading the 1 cost was really fun to do with the card, and I just unlocked it, so I put it all together. Let's go ahead and jump into the matches. Okay, next battle, and legit the perfect hand for Surprise Ultron. We got the Invisible Woman early. We got Elysium. Beautiful. I'll take a 0 Ebony Maw, please and thank you. So what I'm thinking, guys, is obviously we could do this, and that's fine and dandy. I don't think we're going to. We're gonna go in this middle lane, and we're gonna set up our package here. We can do Blue Marvel and Ka-Zar in the middle. We could do Ultron and like Ka-Zar and see what else we get here. Kind of good for any of it. Patriot's beautiful. If he Cosmo this lane, it's like, hey, go ahead, champ. Have at it. Let's drop that Patriot in the middle. Going to give us a much bigger boost to our bots. And all we have intel-wise on this cat is Lizard. Okay, a wave. Kind of an interesting move given what we have going on right now. Probably going to be Dr. Doom. You would think, right? We obviously don't want to do this yet. I guess we could do that now. We could do this now. And then just play these two. Like, we're going to win middle lane. We almost don't want to do anything, though, if we play this now. Because of Patriot, right? Like, these guys are going to be cooked up. Well, it doesn't matter. Thank God we did that, huh? So, I don't think... Oh, is that going to hit my... No, we didn't play him, though, so it doesn't matter. We didn't play him, technically. Our next card will be zeroed. If we get Red Skull, we were just bound to toast this guy. Do we just pass on turn 5? I don't think we play this, right? We just give up 5 energy. We're so much in the lead right now. All right. I don't know what this guy's playing. I mean, Galactus, maybe. It's kind of a weird deck. Still have our Zero ability, which is Complete Pog. I think we just play Red Skull. We're going to leave Titania, ship it. I should have snapped. Guys, keep reminding me to do that. Now that we're infinite, I don't really care as much. Going to wipe that away. Oh, pff. Why aren't we snapping, guys? What are we doing around here? But this was a perfect Ultron surprise game, and this kind of tells you everything you need to know. Red Skull gets the Patriot bonus, too. Get out of here. Look at these bots, man. They're out of control. What a landslide win. God, such a great deck. We avoided, obviously, the Doc Ock, which was huge. And, yeah, I don't know this guy's gameplay. Maybe he was playing a Galactus deck. But it went well. Okay, Dizzy29 is our next victim. And we do have Patriot. Now, I kind of have a rule, guys, that I don't play Patriot unless it's under the Invisible Woman. This isn't really a Patriot deck, and for good reason. We don't want the opponent to ever know that our Ultron is coming, right? We have Washington, D.C. This is a huge location for Ultron. And we have Titania. And we also have Mantis. Now, you got to be careful with the one-drops you do play. We're going to go Mantis mid and hope for the best. Okay, fantastic. So that middle lane is now going to probably be our Ultron lane, but let's see what we grab. Danger Room, I can now confirm that is going to be our Ultron lane. We've got Ebony Maw, we have Patriot, which again would break my rule. We're going to go and try to play Ebony now. We're going to hang on to her. We're going to try to play Ebony now, I think. And if he lives, hell yeah. We still don't have Ultron. That's a bit of a bummer, but we can honestly be just fine with it, and it will probably be good for us in the long run. We have our control piece in Storm. We have Shayna and Patriot. So at this point, Shayna or Ka-Zar is probably a good move. We're actually going to go Shayna and kind of leak into this other lane, mainly because we do not have Ultron quite yet. All right, we got Zero Angel Nightcrawler. The Nightcrawler's sick. Everything else is not that great. Here comes the Shuri. Going to play, obviously, into our left lane. We know that's about to happen. Oh, you know what? Because Zero was played, we actually have access to Zero, which is kind of huge for the Red Skull. That's awesome. We're going to actually play Red Skull in the middle here. And obviously, we can't compete with, probably that. If we can get Ultron that's big, we can't get Ultron. We do have Ka-Zar, for what it's worth, and we have Titania. So, a lot of interesting moves. And I think what we're going to do is this right here. I kind of like this idea. If we do this right here, we're going to boost up all the lanes. We got our Titania nice and fired up. Arrow doesn't matter. Titania doesn't matter. She's going to move to the right, but she can't. And we got the dub. Wow. We had no business winning that battle. Zero business winning that battle. Shayna's second game in. I like her, guys. I like her. All right, we got the LBB. Okay, we got the LBB, and we got Tinker's Workshop 0 and Invisible Woman early. Gotta love that. Gonna go Invisible Woman. Turn 2, why not, right? Pretty value out of the Iceman there. All right. Not a lot that we can do at this current moment. We're gonna do nothing on turn 2. Discard deck? I think we could beat that. Shall we just get the priority? I think so. We can move it to New York later if we want to. Again, with New York, I typically do not play my cards in there ever because I can move them there instead and play mind games.
Wind aid my hand.
Okay, Storming. Not a bad play. The Ka-Zar would have been the perfect card to play here. Check that out. We can't do anything this turn. All right, you can play the entire kitchen sink left side, but he does have New York. I think our Grandmaster play is going to be Patriot this turn. Move them all to New York. And then play Ultron. Now, this takes away the surprise factor just a little bit, right? We can beat this guy. What is he going to do? How many cards does he have? He has 4 cards left. What? So MODOK, APOC, something like that? We can handle it. He probably has a lot of swarms, too. But again, we can handle it. Let's go Ultron. We have only Patriot boosting our Ultron. But I like it. I think we have a good chance to win here. Is this guy going to move? Is it smarter to stay on the right side here? It might be, right? Is it smarter to go here? I think this is the play. We guarantee beat whatever he tries to do over here. Little bit on the nervous side. Not gonna lie. Little bit nervous here. Let's send it. Will the surprise work? There's no way he has Killmonger. All right, he's moving to mid. Filling out that lane. All right, we're gonna win mid. And he would have to have a pretty spicy combo here. What do you got? Okay, Swarm. Swarm, tie. Uh-oh. Let's go. By 1. By 1. Victory. That was huge. That was huge that we pulled that off. Glad we stayed here. If we didn't, we would have lost, right? Like most definitely. Yeah, we would have lost. So we had the foresight. It worked out, and this guy's helping us on our journey to 108. Alrighty, your cooking is... Hold on, what's his name? Your cooking is Slightly Radioactive. I like it. All right. So, we have Ebony Maw in 0 right off the bat, and Ultron. Gotta love it. This is a bit worrying, but that's okay. And we're going to play 0 on the first turn here. Sokovia got rid of Blue Marvel. That's fine, but it got rid of Cosmo on his side. Even better, folks. Even better. We do have to play Ebony now. Invisible came at a weird time. Great priority now. It's going to be a tough lane for him to beat. 10 on turn 2 is absolutely wild.
From the Daily Bugle.
That is devastating. Devastating. And we're going to hope that he got Invisible Woman. But there goes our surprise. You can't have a surprise Ultron deck if we're giving up our surprises, guys. We can play Invisible Woman now. I think I'm going to go and play Scarlet Middle. Icebox. Just kidding. Mirror Dimension? What in the world? And if that goes into... Oh, my God. He's getting my whole deck. This is the least surprise I've ever seen in my life. Do we play Shayna here? Why not? Why not? This is already... our surprise is already ruined, guys. We're going to play Shayna here. Let's get some Titania, some Ebony Maw. Casino Royale with the 1-drops. Yondu, Iceman, Ghost. Kind of a pog. I mean, that is actually pretty sick. We now, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like it. The Ultron is a bit concerning on his side. We have no way to boost ours. We did lose our Blue Marvel as well. But that was kind of cool, huh? Let's go and play Red Skull right side. That's gonna be pretty tough for him to beat. Okay, he's dropping Sarah down. And here we go. So, I'm thinking Ultron mid. Puts us to 15. He could probably beat that, though. A little concerning there. We go Ultron left side, and that's looking pretty good. A little nervous about the Red Skull. We have nothing boosting our bots, though. So, this isn't, like, the best play by any means. Let's go Ultron middle. He can really dump a lot of cards here. Like, he's got a good chance to win. If he plays anything over a 3... he's going to win the mid. Left side is ours. We probably don't need to worry about that. We have 13 over there. And if this is a control Sarah deck, which is the looks of it, I'll be honest, there's nothing I'm too scared about over here. There's the 3, so we tie mid. Oh my god. Oh my god. Did that just happen? Well, that was close. That was way too close. Well, even through the Killmonger, we won, and I kind of give the props to Ghost there. If we didn't have Ghost, we would have played first, right? I forgot how the priority was split before that. But 3 in a row. I will gladly take 3 in a row and more Ultron boosters. Let's go. Alrighty, guys. We have Sinister London, Ebony Maw, and a lot of interesting cards that we can play. Now, we don't want to do Double Invisible Woman. That would be a double Invisible Woman would be kind of stupid here. Ebony Maw would be even a worse decision. Maybe we do this. Let's just hang on to her for now. I'm A-okay with that. That's going to protect him from Killmonger. We're fine with that, guys. Super fine. If this is like just a pure Shuri deck, not great, but, you know, it is what it is. Let's go ahead and we can double Pat now. We can Storm and ruin this business. I'm thinking we're going to go double Pat. Probably our best position. Is this Lizard? Oh, Titania. Is this guy playing the exact same deck? Okay, all right, okay. So do we double Ka-Zar and then double Shayna and just go all in? Oh, he Cosmos right side. All right, so we're probably going to get like a Dracula deck. Dracula dump. Oh my god, it's all coming together, folks. It's all coming together. What I would give to get Ultron right now. No! Okay. Oh my god. Okay, guys. 0 right side, right? Titania, right smack here. That's going to be a big Titania with all the Patriots and the Ka-Zars. I got a massive Titania. Okay, hold on. I did take my stupid pills this morning. We actually got to go 0 middle. He has a he's got a Cosmo there. Can't do that. But this is going to be probably a game-winning play. Then we play Shayna, which will play a 1-cost. And then our big Titania goes right side, which we already know the power that he's committed there, right? I think this is a GG. I think so. We're going to snap into this. There's an 8-cuber we're putting on the line. But alone, this Titania is going to be out of her mind. It's not the Shayna dump that we wanted to do. This deck's not even about Shayna. You guys won't have Shayna in your deck. Oh my god! He kanged us! He kanged us! Oh, I'm so angry. Watch this Titania. He's going to lose it. Watch this. What's the number on this bad girl? 13! Oh my god! Well, that's kind of bad. Does Kang tell me what the hood is? Is it always the hood? Is it always the hood with Shayna? Okay, if he snaps again, he likes his hand against me. 0 into Titania. You know what? We're going to experiment, guys. He's not snapping, but we are going to experiment a little bit. We are going to play Shayna and see if it coughs up another hood. He's not snapping. We are going to snap. No, we're not. I lied. We're just going to play it out. With him not snapping, it makes me like my odds better. Come on, you played your king. Where's your confidence now? Is he doing nothing? Did we just scare the dumpster out of him and he left? What kind of anticlimactic? What am I watching? That was such a letdown. We should have snapped. Okay, well, we have experimenting. Is it the hood? It's not. So Kang does not show, and then we would have won all 3 lanes. Well, that's a bummer. Interesting experiment. Very interesting experiment. Shayna, not like you guys are going to play her, but is not affected by the hood. That was such a cool game, though. We're going to leave it even though this guy, like, pieced out. I don't know what happened. AFK mode. All right. T. We have UBI, the Sentinel. We have Wakanda, Invisible Woman. So we have our first play ready to go. Feel good about that. Eternity range as well. Let's go ahead and play down Invisible, left side. We don't mind if a rock comes on our side. That's just free value, especially if we get Patriot. And again, you don't want to play your Patriot right away. You got to be a little bit careful. You just don't want to play anything that gives things away, right? At the end of the day. Love the Goose Pixel. Okay, not bad. I could almost promise you guys he's going to play in the middle, which is A-okay with me. This opens up a couple of things. For sure. Now, the problem is, because of the Goose, my Invisible Woman has kind of less value. And by kinda, I mean like a lot less value. We could play 0 now, too, just like to tack on top of it. I guess the only risk is we can't 0 the Red Skull if we wanted to do that play. But we're just going to add straight value. We don't want to waste our energy too much. We'll take the rock. We got Ka-Zar. And we got Shayna. Shayna right here could be okay. We could just play Shayna, followed by Ka-Zar, followed by Blue Marvel. I'm not going to lie, I don't hate it. I also don't hate the Ka-Zar now. And see what our flop is. If we play Shayna, like we're almost guaranteeing we're not going to do like Ultron or anything else. Which we're probably not at this point. Also, keep in mind we're adding to both our Ebony and our 0 left side. Oh, you don't want to do that, dude. Okay, well. Very interesting. This has now gone from a... we only have Ultron Titania left. This has now gone from a surprise Ultron to almost a guaranteed surprise, but not really Shayna. We play Shayna now, and then we play Patriot and Mystique. I don't see why not. We'll play her in the mid here, most likely. Play Patriot, play Mystique. I think this is what we're going to do, guys. I kind of low-key really like this. The thing is, he's running a Silver Surfer deck, just by the clues that I can see. So Killmonger is bound to come out. That's what I'm worried about, if you will. So Blue Marvel like might be a little bit of a safer pick, but nope, we're going to go with the fun pick. Well, maybe I have no effing idea what this guy's playing. Okay, wow, could that have been a worst one-drops? Those are horrible, guys. What are these? What the hell am I looking at here? This is an awful, awful one-drop. We're going to go with Blue Marvel and Titania. We go second. We could play this now. He won't be able to take our Titania. We put a hell of a lot of power on the board. He plays Doom. Okay. Did I just lose because I didn't play Titania in the right place? I think so, folks. I think I just did. That's going to be 21, isn't it? No, that's right. We got the Ka-Zar boost. Math is hard. I should have been doing the math before I played it out, but we did not. And there we go. Another non-snapping moment. But we torched what looks to be like a good cards deck with some control elements to it. It was a different deck for sure. Give him a fist bump. Nice job. Okay, Mr. CrypTokyo, what's going on? So kind of a weird opening hand with Shayna, Ebony Maw, and Titania. Don't want to play them yet. We could play Ebony on turn 3. Typically, we want to hide the Ebony behind our Invisible Woman. I think Dr. Doom, if you don't have Shayna, is a decent fill for the deck too. So you can Doom or Ultron depending on the situation. Plunder Castle is very interesting. The only card we could play there is Ultron, which is not great. But also we can Ultron into that, and that also works. And we have Shayna, so we kind of have 2 options there. With him being limited on space, Titania now is not a terrible play. Kind of forces him. It's going to clog him up. And if he doesn't have a lot of big cost, he's not going to have the room. Right? Great example. Unless I play a card there, he cannot get that Titania out of his Invisible Woman lane. So that's actually pretty huge. Cards are not... Wow. Well, free Invisible Woman. So we're going to play our Ebony Maw this turn. Then Ka-Zar, then Blue Marvel. If we get Ultron, it's GG, guys. Big GG. Kind of like the idea of Shayna. Not going to lie. Kind of like it. Little nervous. Not going to... Do I like it more than Ka-Zar? We don't have... Oh, this is tough. I think we're going to go Ka-Zar now. Next turn is either Blue Marvel or Mystique. And if we get Ultron, then we know what to do. Okay, we both have a surprise deck, if you will. I cannot take the Titania back because of the location. And we did not get Ultron, guys. So we could go Shayna. We could just copy the Ka-Zar with Mystique. But at that point, we might as well do Blue Marvel, right? I guess we'll do blue, and then if we get Ultron, it's GG. Oh, well, that's fine. He has a little bit more intel, but that's okay. Oh, we got the Ultron too. Okay, so, decisions. I mean, he obviously could do a pretty big thing too. So we have Ka-Zar and Ebony, which is 11. I like the idea of that. And if we play Ultron here... or in the middle, he might be tough to beat that. I actually think we go middle with Ultron, put the 8 down, and we should be able to win either way. We don't know what he's hiding. It's only 1 card at the moment. And with Arrow, I don't know. Maybe it's like Dr. Doom. We would win that in the middle. I like this. We're not going to snap, but let's see what happens. Morbius? Oh boy. Don't hit Ultron. Oh, the Blue Marvel's a bummer. But it doesn't matter. Man, this deck is such a good turn 6 deck. I need to be snapping more. I'm getting more comfortable with it, but the turn 6 flips on these are insane. All right, guys, so not all of the time. But when you see a location like this, it's usually turn 1 insta-snap. Let's go. We have Ultron in hand already. Like, things are looking really good. We're going to just kind of see what he's going to do here. A little bit annoying, but we can live. Okay, well, when you get 2 of the locations, we're going to snap on that. No question. In addition to that snap, we're going to play 0 Ebony Maw here, even though our little bots could do a great job. Because he played Iceman, maybe he doesn't have the Killmonger. Kim doesn't strike me as a Killmonger type of guy. Zap. God, a 12-power Ebony. He's going to Shang-Chi the hell out of that. Well, that changes a couple things. Okay, what do we do, guys? I think we full commit here, no? Full commit here, see what happens. Hopefully this turns into that. We don't want to play Invisible Woman into that. You'll definitely play right side. Yeah, that's what I would do too. Okay. We'll play Ka-Zar right side. And this swap is going to matter. Oh boy. Did we just boost our 0 above 8? Oh my god, I can't believe it just happened. You know what we're doing, guys? There we go. That worked out. We're building false confidence. That's all we're doing here. We're building false confidence. We want this guy to snap. We want him to think he's got a fighting shot. Boy. Oh, boy. All right, let's play Blue Marvel. Okay. It's Darkhawk control. We have Prio. There's no way he's got kill. I doubt he has Killmonger. He would hurt himself there. And like if I didn't play Ultron, right, he would be hurting his he would be tying the middle. So you can almost guarantee. I already snapped. You can almost guarantee that there is not going to be a Killmonger coming out this turn. This is a GG. I would be shocked if we lost. I don't know what world we would lose. Surprise! It's Ultron. What is your response? If it's Killmonger, I'll quit the game. If it's Killmonger, I will make my avatar Killmonger for a month. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. We won! Took a little time to register what was going on. I'll also say this was the first Enchantress I've seen in about 2 months, but we still snuck the surprise in and got the W. So there it is, guys, the Ultron surprise. I'll definitely say that the deck might get a little worse now that I've made the video public because, well, a surprise is only as good as surprising the opponent, and this might tell them a little bit of what you're trying to do. But the good news is there's so many cards in this deck that are in other meta decks, so it'll still keep them on their toes. Now, I still think the deck can evolve and get better. I want to do something to make Invisible Woman even more useful. If they Cosmo it, we do X. If they don't, we do X. That's kind of a build I have built up as well. Guys, let me know if you enjoyed this video, and I want to thank you guys for stopping by and spending time watching today's deck guide. If you enjoyed it, consider subscribing down below. Helps support a ton. Until the next one, guys, happy snapping.